Hello, welcome to this side of YouTube. My name is Nikki and today we are in for a speed paint. Now, I've done this voiceover 4 times so far because I have been quite rusty since it has been 2 months since I last uploaded. And that is a significant amount of time for me not to be talking by myself in a microphone. So please bear with me. I don't want to redo this again. So today we are drawing. No, a couple days ago I drew Julius again. With my last speed paint, I wasn't really happy how he turned out. I kind of settled for mediocre. And that's not cool because that was one of the points I talked about, or at least I think I talked about it. I hope I talked about it, about how my last piece, my last piece, the piece I redrew was a result of laziness and settling for mediocrity. How do you, okay, let's move on. I can't say the word mediocre with an itty at the end, but this might be a long speed paint, so grab your popcorn and get settled in. This drawing took me 11 hours to make, which is a long time. The most I usually spend on my drawings is 3 to 4 hours max. And that's because I don't care about mistakes. I haven't learned a thing in the past couple of years of drawing. I still rush and I still want to just get things done. But I'm trying my best to work out of it by spending more time on pieces. And it's sort of working and making me better at this whole art thing. But it's a work in progress. It's a definite work in progress. And throughout this whole process, I managed to go to the limit of layers in Procreate, which is quite amazing because I haven't done that before. My max is usually 10 to 15 layers. So the amount of panic I had when I realized that I had maxed out all my layers and I needed 10 more layers to finish the drawing was unimaginable. I was perplexed, to say the least. But I got over that. I deleted a couple layers, merged, cried a little, but I'm here now. I survived. Oh, speaking of Procreate, I heard that Procreate 5 is being released soon and they are implementing more animation features. And that is all I know because I don't really keep up. I really should keep up because I really like Procreate and what they're doing. And I honestly would kill for an audio feature in order to get animating on the app. But first I'd have to learn to actually animate, period, before wishing for that. But I'm working on it. I'll learn. The pose that Julius is in right now, I don't know what part of the speed paint we're in, but I probably have the basic sketch down. But the pose he's in is really aggressive for Julius's standards. I mean, Julius is passive aggressive, but not that aggressive passively, This pose would have fit my other OC, Luick, more, because he's much more of a chaotic evil, while Julius is more like a chaotic neutral, if you get that, that kind of connection. But, I was just trying to redeem myself from the last speed paint, so I just put Julius in the smack dab center of this painting. And in the process of doing that, I managed to forget his pointy ears. And it's kind of an embarrassment. I know, I'm ashamed. How could I? It's on his face. It's an important feature. But I forgot it somehow. But I did remember to shade the bricks because I thought of that during the painting. And I somehow remembered to shade the bricks, but not at his ears. But that's okay. That's okay. But I really did get lazy in the end of this painting. We're not at the end yet, but I want to talk about the end in the speed paint, but it's not there yet. Sorry, I'm getting confusing. But in the end, I wasn't really happy with it because I got lazy and I was tired of looking at the piece. It's like saying the same word over and over again and then it not sounding like a word. That was sort of me with this piece at the end. I had spent days and days and days on it, and by the time I was finished, I was kind of tired of looking at it. I just wanted to shove it down the garbage disposer and just like let it rip. But after a couple of days, like even now, I think it's all right. You know, it's not too bad. I could have done better, yes, but it is what it is. I got what I put in, you know, the work I put in came out as a mediocre piece that I could have done better. You know, maybe. I won't put myself down like that and say it's mediocre. For my standards, it's in the upper percentile, like upper 85 percentile, 85% to 93%. So like a B plus to an A minus, right? Or maybe a B plus to a low A. Yeah, that's my grading for it. Oh yeah, speaking of grading, in class, not in class, while I was working on this project, I had tests in basically all of my classes. So this was kind of my way to procrastinate, which is not good. It was a very bad idea. I eventually studied, but I should have studied more. But this painting was sort of like a guilty pleasure. Like, oh, I don't want to study. Oh, might as well paint. But I got through it somehow. I need to study more, get better with that. But I managed. And also, while I had those 5 tests, I was also traveling, which was not fun because I was jet lagged all the time. But I lived through it and lived to tell another story, I guess. And while I was in the airport, you know, the post Julius has now, I was looking around all like behind me, in front of me, to the side of me, like thinking, oh, I don't want any of these people to think I make edgy OCs. I mean, there's nothing wrong with making edgy OCs. It's just that, you know, people in the public, they're like, oh, you draw. Oh, yeah, I draw. Oh, what are you drawing? And then it spirals down and down. You know how it is. But nothing like that happened. I just carried on my merry way drawing in the airport. Oh, while I finished it, this was in the airport too, I remember struggling for like 10 minutes trying to make the part of Julius's face that was close to the sun really bright, and the outer part, would you call it a vignette? I think the outer part of the picture darker, so that all that you were concentrated on was the middle of the painting. I wanted to do that, but while I was working on it, as I got further and further down the line, I realized that my picture was getting darker and darker and darker, and that was kind of concerning because I wanted that really bright spot in the middle. So I had to troubleshoot my way to make sure that it stayed bright. And I tried putting an orange overlay over the whole thing. It made it look pretty bad. And eventually, after 10 to 15 minutes of working around it, I realized that my iPad's screen brightness was pretty much all the way down. And I kind of felt like an idiot, not gonna lie. I spent all that time working and then blending modes and then finicking with the layers and percentages of opacity, only to realize that out of pure idiocracy, that's not how you use the word, but out of being an idiot, I could have just increased the screen brightness and realized, oh, these colors are actually fine. There's nothing too bad about them. I eventually found that out, and that's all that matters, is that it worked out in the end. I also made this a wallpaper because I could. I did it because I could, and I think it looks good as a wallpaper. It's just that it doesn't fit like my scheme right now, but I'll post it up on Instagram if anybody wants to, you know, snatch it and stuff and get it for themselves if y'all would like. Oh yeah, and speaking of Instagram, follow me on there. I've posted like 2 things in the past couple months, I guess. No, I've posted more than that, hopefully. It's just that I haven't been drawing a lot. Actually, no, that's a lie. I've been drawing a lot. It's just that it's not stuff I could share, especially this piece. Since I was drawing it for so long, I couldn't really post update pictures because I wanted to be this big grand surprise, like, hey, look what I did. Isn't that pretty cool? I didn't show you any of this because I want it to be a surprise, a pleasant surprise. So that's basically where I'm at with all my pieces. I swear I'm not trying to cover up the fact that I'm lazy. I am lazy too. That's one of the reasons why I don't post much. It's just that there are things that I don't want to share until they are done. It's really weird because I like having criticism, or like, no, not criticism, well, that too, but I like having feedback as I work to make things better. But at the same time, I like surprising everybody, like, boom, here's this thing, enjoy, you know? So I'm on the fence. So right now I'm just trying to make more smaller pieces that I can post intermittently. Yeah, I know that's a 50-cent word right there, intermittently. I had it on a vocab test once. That's the only reason why I remember it, to be honest. But I think it turned out pretty good as a wallpaper. But you know what looks really good as a wallpaper? For my pieces, of course. Is the one picture I did of Takashi. It's up on my Instagram. I didn't make a speed paint of it, but I don't know how to explain it, but it's just one of my favorite pieces right now. Like, I've never felt like so strongly about a picture before, but I think it turned out really well, really good. I'm trying to think of the right word. It's satisfying to look at, for me at least, because I just think that graphically, like, the design of Takashi and that picture in general is just chef kiss spectacular. It's something I vibe with deeply, something I resonate with. So long story short, that picture of Takashi is now my wallpaper, along with a picture of Leo and Lilac, which you know Lilac. Have I done a speed paint of Leo before? Wait a second, I don't think I have. So in order to know who Leo is, you'd probably need to go to my Instagram. Follow me. Let me mention this, that Julius is not in the universe of Leo and Lilac. He's in a different story. He's in a different headcanon of mine. So there's two, basically. One with Leo, Lilac, Takashi, Summer, Damien. That one is the one I'm planning on making a comic out of, the more developed one. And then there's another one, the one that I might make a comic out of later when I have more experience, with Julius. Julius. Oh, I feel so guilty. I can't remember the other names. Oh, yeah, wait. Yeah, Julius. There's Sam. And then there's Jamie. And then there's... What's the other one? There's another one that I mentioned earlier. Julius. Oh man, I feel so bad. I remember, he's my first ever OC. How could I forget his name? Julius. No, not Damien. Damien's in the one with Leo and Lilac. Julius. Oh man, I feel so guilty. What's his name? But yeah, those are the two universes I have, and I feel like they're going pretty well, not gonna lie. And Luick, that's his name, Luick. Julius, Luick, Jamie, and Sam. That's the other universe. So, okay, yeah, the universes are going pretty good, but I kind of like left the universe that Julius is in down for a little bit. I put that one to rest for a little, because right now I'm working on the comic between Leo and Lilac. Yeah, so that's kind of stressful. But shoes. His shoes. Julius's shoes. I am not a sneakerhead. I know nothing about shoes. If a shoe is cheap and it looks good, I wear. If it fits, I wear. You know, if it sits, I sit. Oh, okay, sorry. But with shoes, I'm not very picky, but I wanted Julius to have this sort of like hype beast look. I don't know if that's what it is. I want those chunky shoes that like Jordans, you know. I don't know. I'm not dissing Jordans or anything. I'm sorry, Jordan's brand, but You were kind of my inspiration for this video. I don't even know if I got the shoe type right, the shape right. I don't know. I got it all from my head because I'm too lazy to look up references. But I wanted to get that. So if there are any sneakerheads watching this, I'm sorry. I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't. But I tried. I think that they look decent. Yes, decent. I won't even go to mediocre or good or anything. I think they look passable. They look like shoes, and that's good enough for me. Oh, one thing I wanted to do for this piece was I wanted to have the background be a warm color, like browns and like purples and like pinks and stuff like that. I don't know if I used pinks. I don't think I used any pinks. And I wanted Julius to be cool colors. Except I wasn't very good at planning because his hair is red. That's warm colors. And then I decided to make his sneakers bright red, which is a very warm color. I really tried. The rest of him is pretty cool. The rest of him is like blues and grays. So I'll give myself that one. I'll count that one as a victory in my book. But yeah, I think I'm going to start winding down here. I think I talked about everything I really wanted to talk about. And I'll try to post more often. I know I keep saying that, but one of these days I'm really going to get stuff together. I'm going to stay hydrated. I'm going to get a good amount of sleep. And then it's over for y'all. But I'm really trying, not gonna lie. I have the other, no, I don't have another video in the works yet. I still have to decide on whether I'm gonna start that animation thing I'm planning yet. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this and listening to me ramble and rant for, what is it, like 17 or something minutes now? I'll have to cut something out, so maybe 16 or something minutes now. And yeah, I hope you guys have a good day, good night, good sleep, good whatever. Eat water, drink food, and I will see y'all later. Ciao.